What's going on, my creative collective? Welcome to your daily creative reading for July 6th. We are going to dive right in. I'd like to invite the angels, my guardian angels, my spirit guides, protectors, teachers, and their healing energy to this space. And I ask that it is a safe and brave space that allows for the fullest expression of our light, humanity, ascension, and healing. Okay, so let us away. We are going to dive in here. Spirit, what messages do you have for my daily creatives for July 6th, please? July 6th messages. Thank you so much. 2 again. Oh, I like this. This is like a theme. This is the thing. I'll read the second one to you afterwards. So wild, with love. I thought it said wild love. Interesting. Wild love. With love. Okay. Dearest you, miracles never run out. Look back over your life and you will see so many moments of synchronicity when all the right people, the right place, the right opportunities, and the right time just showed up without any of your help. Think back to how you felt just before a miracle happened. You felt you were giving up, but it was more like a gentle surrender to whatever was about to happen. We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you and you will never, ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they come, who will deliver them, when they will show up, and what they will do for you. All of that is our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. That would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. If you only knew how much you were loved. Sigh. Wow. A lot of getting out of our own way showing up this week. Spirit, what messages do you have for my daily creatives for July 6th, please? Messages for July 6th. Thank you. Messages for July 6th. Seeing a hammock. I don't know if there's like a need to relax, to release. Magician, yeah. I feel like there's like whatever it is that you do that helps things manifest or helps. Think about this: your ideas. When do your best ideas come to you? Right. I was reading a book by Barbara Marciniak the other day. This is like rereading, I guess. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust the camera. Oh, there she goes. Yes, yes, yes. You're so. I know. You're beautiful. I was reading a book by Barbara Marciniak, and she talked about how driving. The book was called The Path of Empowerment. I've had it for a while, but it was talking about how driving is like a trance-like state that we almost enter. So it's almost like a state of altered consciousness because our mind empties a lot of the time, at least, and we can pay attention to things differently. So things just show up differently for us, right? They appear differently for us. And this energy is almost like, where do you get into those trance-like states, those altered consciousness states? What is 333 was just on the time. What is your process, right? Right before, think back to, this is another tool. So think back to when things manifested last for you. What happened right before? Was it pleasurable? Was it joy? Was it like, were you at that point of surrender that this card talked about where you were like, ugh, fine, give up, right? Like that energy, which one were you in? Because that almost helps to reverse engineer, right? That reverse engineers you, the ways that you show up and the ways that you are the magician. So thinking about that. Oh, let me move up here. Okay. You're in a very powerful position this week, though, with magician showing up like that and this card about miracles. I know that's kind of what we do here, A Course in Creativity and A Course in Miracles. But it's like these shifts in perspective, right? These shifts in perspective that it's like a recognition of your power. It's a recognition of your power. So we have the Magician. We also have the Hanged Muse. the Fool. Wow. All of these major arcanas. OMG. Spirit, what other messages do you have for my creative collective? They fell face down. I'm not going to take them because there were too many. What messages do you have for my creative collective, please, Spirit? So we have in the position that could, so what could become a tower if it goes unaddressed is the Knight of Wands. Strength came out. Yeah. This is a really powerful reading. Oh my goodness. Okay. So almost all major arcana. This feels like, so you got the World twice so far this week, and this feels like it's very much adjacent to that cycle coming to an end or just being addressed. Like there's a way that you're seeing something differently. You're seeing something differently. And I think that it's the way that you're seeing yourself. You have more faith in yourself. And it's not just faith in terms of like, I believe in myself. It's like, this is the kind of faith that then turns into action, that then turns into you taking a chance on something, that then turns into you leaping, that then turns into blank, right? This is the communicative energy of Mercury, but in action. So your actions speak louder than words right here. Right? That is what this is about. And I'm hearing seeing through and beyond your own BS, right? And I feel like that's what is happening here. What could become a tower if it goes unaddressed? This Knight of Wands, moving too quickly without fully believing in yourself. This is don't show up inauthentically. This is almost showing up as like a reversal to me. But it's like if you show up, see, and it just fell. Anyways, that's funny. But it's like this is showing up inauthentically and trying to move things forward from an inauthentic place. What does authenticity look like? What does that feel like? Because it's like such a big word. Like when people say like, tell me about sovereignty. What? Like, how do I break that? Like, okay. But it's like, that's what this is about. Like, what does authenticity mean to you? It's not being afraid to look at your own BS and your own nonsense and being able to say this makes sense or this doesn't, this works, this doesn't. It's about looking at your own, like, where do you not trust yourself? Where do you trust yourself maybe too much, right? That's where the Fool can show up in a bit of reverse. Like, but it's like, how is your energy showing up relative to where it is that you want to go? Because you have so much here to support you. This card was not kidding. I'll read that line to you again. Consider, okay? This is like, there's so many cards left in this deck, and the only minor arcana here are the two Knights, which is of movement energy. So consider that while reading this. You're so supported. I'm going to read this to you again, just part of it. Where is it here? We want you to know that miracles are being concocted for you and you will never, ever run out of them. You just don't get to choose how they will come, who will deliver them, when they will show up, and what they will do for you. All of that is our department. Spirit knows what is best for you and what wants to be expressed through you. You are incredible and amazing and a magnet for miracles. That would be a good mantra for you today. We're on it. Relax. This is also a relaxed energy, right? Like you tend to go, the Hanged Man goes up into that position to seek enlightenment. I mean, it was also an imposed enlightenment in the original meaning and the traditional Rider-Waite. But it's like, it's pausing for a second, right? It's pausing for a second. And because there's a lot of momentum energy here, a lot of movement, forward movement energy. So there's the Magician, the Fool, the Chariot, Strength, the two Knights, the two fast Knights, right? So like, it's not even like the Knight that's like the Knight of Pentacles that's interpreted more slow moving. This is like, blam, like right out of the gate, you're gone, right? That's what this is really telling me, that there's a lot of power here. So it's like, do you know your own power? Are you communicating your own power to the universe? What is it that you're communicating? What is it that you're in your Gemini about? Let me move this up a little bit so that you can see the cards. There we go. What is it that you're in this energy about? How are you communicating that you know you're powerful? Because if you don't, it's not that miracles aren't going to come, because they'll still come, but it's not through the path of least resistance. They'll come through the crack of least resistance, which reminds me of the dream that I had a couple days ago, where I was like swimming underwater, and then I saw this like light shining through the water in this like crack between baseboards, and I went up and I emerged through it. So it's like I feel like there's some of that energy here where it's like you have to trust yourself. The reason why this can become a tower, if it's not integrated or cultivated or worked with, is like trying to do anything inauthentically. It's like not believing in your own power, because the strength card is here too. Like not believing in your own power. I'm thinking what I'm seeing right now. What I'm seeing right now is the picture of the kitten that's sitting in front of the puddle or the mirror or whatever and sees the reflection of the lion, right? And it's like that to me, like that might be where you're at with something, but it's like you have to understand your power, because damn, like whatever you put your intention to, not just your mind, your intention is infused with the heart. Okay, so whatever you put your intention to, you can do. And it's not just doing a little bit, like it's like the whole thing. 11 on the time, absolutely. Like the whole thing. This is like a lot of I'm super excited for you. Like this, it's making me smile, because whoever this resonates for, I'm just like, damn, I hope that you know how powerful you are this week, period, but especially this week. So the protagonist position is the strength card. This is, I mean, for obvious reasons, this is excellent, but this is like shining your light and being unafraid to do it. This is also joy. This is fun. I feel like this is an energy of, appreciating all of the nuances of you and appreciating the things about you, the light within you, such that it's confidence. It develops a sense of confidence, but it's authenticity as well, because you're standing in your power. Yes, you're confident. Yes, but it's coming from an unshakable place within you. And I feel like it's almost like, so this is showing up in the antagonist position of this hero's journey. And what I'm really seeing here, the full story here in this energy, is that there might be a way that so I heard fourth house feminine. So mother, this is Cancerian energy. Cancer rules the fourth house, which tends to be where mother issues live. I say mother issues, but sometimes they're not like issues. They're very significant things. So be gentle with yourself, or careful with yourself if you're dealing with that kind of, looking at the past, if it was really hurtful or traumatic. So be mindful of that. The 10th house and Saturn and Capricorn tends to be more of the father energy. Yeah. So I feel like, anyways, what came to mind was just there was something about feminine energy here. Receptivity, maybe. Receptivity, I think. Yeah, thank you. So I just saw a cup being filled up with water. So yeah, like this is the receptivity energy, I think. And it's, if you're not in a receiving mode, if you're not in a place of being willing to receive, momentum's going to really be hard to get. Momentum is not just like you achieve momentum, like achievement unlocked momentum. It's not like that. It's like, how willing are you to receive miracles? How willing are you to receive the light that you put out into the world? How willing are you to receive that? It could be things that you were taught from a maternal figure. This could also be matrilineal healing that you're doing, ancestrally speaking, right? This could be a lot of things that you're doing with that energy. Now, the main challenge for the day is the Knight of Swords. Now, this can be, it's a forward moving energy, yes, but I almost get this energy as like kind of cold. Like this is a calculated, strategic view as opposed to a passionate view. And I feel like we need to marry both of those things. And strategic, when it comes to passion, that can be kind of dicey. But strategic is like, how can we both get needs met? How can multiples of us, if you're in a polyamorous relationship, how can we all have our needs met? Right? As opposed to just feeling like, how do I get my needs met? There's like a we that we're addressing. That's like almost expanding that. And that way it goes from strategy to community, right? It goes from strategy to, because I think that this is also understanding how to get your needs met. I don't know why I'm in the needs met mode. possibly because of the receptivity, but also miracles happen. So shifts of perception, shifts of the life that you have around you, that happens when you're in a place of seeing things very clearly and seeing yourself clearly. And that's a momentum, because that clarity clears the path. That's what it's doing. So I think the challenge is to be very clear about what you want and why. Your why is your fire. Your why is your fire, right? And then the Judgment card here is the Overcoming, which is one hell of a decision. The major arcana here tell me that this is one hell of a decision you're making today. This is like, I've said it in other places, but it's like, you're seeing very clearly, and it's like the hell is out so the heaven can get in. Like you're deciding, like there's something you're deciding this week that's very big. So this is, the Hierophant is spiritual knowledge. This is almost like, this reminds me of the Hermit, but in a way it's like, this could be like the way you've always done something. Again, the reference to, there was something yesterday, I think, about the reference to your small self. And I feel like this is like the reference to your small self. Like your small self is seeing the referential that you've been looking to. So what is it? What's your reference point? And I think that this is like a source of deep spiritual wisdom for you. So it almost reminds me of the Hermit, but it's a different way. Like it's like what's your reference point been for the way that you see yourself, the way that you see spiritual knowledge, the way that you take it all in, right? I think that there's this could be the Capricorn full moon on July 13th, 14th-ish, but this is like about the things you can't see, yes, but this is also about the reasons why on the one hand, but this is also, to me, it's a little bit about it's more psychic and intuitive connection. The moon can represent that, yes. The moon is also emotions, right? Emotions that are coming to the surface. So I feel like this week has been we're in our feels this week. But I feel like there's a decision that you're making with this Judgment card here that's like, bam, like it's like things are shifting, and I'm hearing precipice. Like there's a precipice that you're on, specifically with this Fool card here. So let me just clarify these cards here. We're going to dive in. This is incredible. Like I said, if I didn't say it before, I'm going to say it again. I'm excited for where this is going for you. For those who this resonates for, and like this could just be a decision about, this could just be a decision like, oh, I'm making a decision to choose to integrate this habit. This could be a bigger decision because the major arcanas are here, but what this could also be is like a decision that you make that may seem small, because the thing we're overcoming is a minor arcana. It may seem small, but the effects, the impact, huge. And in a beautiful way, like that's just, God, I'm so excited for you. So we have the Four of Pentacles, clarifying the moon, and the Hierophant. Four of Pentacles. Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective, please? Eight of Wands, Ace of Cups. Yeah, momentum, movement. It's almost like when you make this decision, right? Like you're reevaluating. That's what I get this Hierophant energy to be, is like reevaluating a sense of what you need with integrating spiritual wisdom based on how things have always been, yes, but there's a way that you're meeting this. I'm hearing referential again. This reference point that you've had, this could be the reference point. You're realizing this could be institutional knowledge, this could be spiritual knowledge, but that's been your reference point. This could be a set of beliefs embodied, right? With this Cancerian energy, it could be mother energy, or the way that you've cared for yourself, the way that you've nurtured yourself. So that's been your reference point. Something about that has shifted, and it's not under the moon. I think it's more so moon related, moon adjacent. I just heard, but it's related to this energy because it is. It's about emotions and letting them flow in a way that that honors this depth of receptivity. Like if you don't believe that you can receive, if you don't believe that you're worthy, if you don't believe in all of those things, how on earth can you receive love? How can you receive that, right? Like when when it comes to, I don't know, curling up with a partner or partners and watching a movie, and just the feeling of, I'm a touch person, right? So that's my one of my love languages, touch. And it's like when you imagine, for me it's imagine, so it's like imagining a partner feeling safe enough to lay with, like, them in my arms while watching a movie or something on TV and just curling up together on a couch. Like, how can you receive that if you don't believe if your reference point isn't one that honors you in that, right? If you feel like you have to work for it or to prove it through all of these like dating games and stuff like that, that's really tiring. That's this Four of Pentacles energy, this stuck, like what you value can't move. It can't find a place to be invested because you're hanging on to it because it's a vulnerability thing, right? I feel like there's momentum. There's massive momentum. There's like massive momentum here around the heart space, which is so, like, that's super nebulous, but it's just like there's a lot of momentum here. And what I like about this is it's moving towards the heart space. And it's not towards it in terms of like, I'm coming for you. Like, it's not like that. I mean, sometimes that can be fun, but here I'm not seeing it like that, right? Like it's like, it's more so the mobilization of passion, right? The mobilization of passion towards what? Towards what is, this is like the nuances. I'm seeing a cup that is copper or something along those lines, like a metal cup. And it has like the dents in it from time and use. It's like a well-loved cup. And it's like, it's the way that the water fills even those dents because it's just part of the cup, right? The goal isn't to have the most perfect one. The goal isn't to have the most perfect offering. It's like maybe this is like you shooting your shot with somebody. I don't know, but it's like this imperfect, I don't know why imperfect offering. This is possibly also the way that you're rearranging or reconfiguring the way that you see yourself on projects or at work. Like, your imperfect offerings are actually quite perfect. But I feel like there's a way you may not see it. Now, this is, to me, a bit of an energy of getting more information. So you may feel like you're kind of in this holding pattern because you feel like you have to get more information in order to make this decision. 10 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. But I feel like this is an ending of perfectionism. It's an ending of perfectionism for you. And just doing the damn thing. Whatever that means. But like, doing the damn thing, what do you do when you're like in this divine timing place, when you're in this liminality, when you don't have things that you need to figure out all of this stuff? Well, you turn towards what you can do. That's the Magician energy, right? Like, what can you do? You can do what feels good. You can read. You can, for me, running. Oh, love it. Right? You could, knit. Or you could watch TV or, doing things that disconnect your mind from that, like, dog with a bone kind of thing, right? Because that's the flip side. That's when the Magician gets in the reverse. And I feel like the clarity that you have about making this decision, sometimes decision making is just about deciding, like, that's what I want. That's what I want. This is the energy of what I want. This is the energy of the thing that I want, right? So it's like being in that place, because it's like, that's what that Spirit is hilarious. So 7 of Pentacles and 9 of Pentacles, that's what keeps you in a place of receptivity and welcoming in, as opposed to feeling impatient, as opposed to feeling like you can't get a grip on things. Because I feel like that is an energy that can inform this particular manifestation, right? Like, you're like, where's my stuff? Right? Where's my stuff? And I feel like it's really about believing. It's not about believing that it's coming. It's about believing that you are already capable of feeling the way you will feel when that thing arrives, so that it takes the focus off of the manifestation and allows it to come in the timing that is just perfect for it and not a second sooner. Because otherwise it's going to be completely out of balance. Otherwise it's going to be like completely out of alignment with where you need to be. with where you need to be. Yeah, it's just like frustration, big time frustration. Because then it frustrates your manifesting efforts. Hermit on the bottom of the deck. I could feel that hermit energy. Yeah, just chill. Just freaking chill. Relax. The path of least resistance right now is relax. Because it's not about manifesting specifics. It's not about the specificity, because that's Virgo energy, the details, right? It's not about the specifics. It's about the feeling. It's getting into the feeling. We have Cancerian and Moon energy, very watery, receptive energies. The Hanged Man, Pisces, receptive energy, watery energy of the emotions. It's being in that place. We have the Ace of Cups here with the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords has a whole lot of water behind them, but they're not in it, right? They're not in it. They're getting more information, but is the information disconnected to or connected to the heart, right? So it's those questions that we need to ask ourselves when we're in this manifesting place. It's like, yeah, Spirit, can you please clarify this Hanged Man energy, Hanged Muse energy, I should say, and the Knight of Wands? The World, again, Three of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. Once more. I'm hearing greatest hits. Greatest hits just meaning that these cards keep repeating themselves. Like the way that these readings are stacked, it's like Spirit will be like, I said what I said about that. That wasn't, I did not, let me repeat myself. Like, right? So, the World card is here with the Three of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. It's clarifying energies of like, it's this like opposing, what seems like opposing energies, like they juxtapositions, but this is the paradox that we have within us, and it's holding space for the paradox of like going so fast, but wait a minute, right? So like there can be these two sides of things where we're getting more information about where we want to go, what we want, why we want it, but it can also be informed by something that makes us want to happen, like makes us want to happen, makes us want things to happen yesterday. So it can be this sort of frenetic energy, or it can feel that way, but it's about understanding that there's a new beginning that's taking place. So the old is like burning off a little bit. Just let it burn off, right? I think about campfires and how, when you have wood that's been out, but it's just kind of damp in the morning or whatever, like when you're camping, you want a fire to make food. You need it, right? Unless you have a propane stove, but I've camped pretty hardcore with my friend before, so it's ridiculous. But so there, like, fire was the only way, and the wood was damp from the morning, so it was all of this steam just burning off before you could actually have the fire, the new day, the new meal. So it was like, it's almost like that's happening here with this World card, but I feel like don't take your eyes off the prize, because it's there, it's coming. It's coming, whatever this is. If this is a relationship, if this is a project, if this is something that you are deeply wanting, it's on its way. So don't look to the manifestation of the thing, right? Savor where you are, where the steam might just be burning off of those sticks. And remember that in the midst of winter, you really wanted the smell of campfire. In the midst of winter, you really wanted the sound, the crackle of a fire. I record if I go to if there's campfires, or if there is one around, then it's like, I record the fire sounds, and then I will listen to it in winter sometimes, right? So think about that. Think about that energy, or like the smell of a campfire. If you live in more of a city, then it's a little bit more difficult, but like the smell of one, right? It's like those things that you long for, that when they arrive, sometimes it's important to just remember that even in the steam, that like all of the smoke that's burning off of those sticks, you still have the smell of campfire, right? So it's remembering those nuances of manifesting. There's just so much that's changing for you. So much. So we have the Fool and the Strength card. Okay, so the Ten of Cups came out. So interestingly, the Fool has the infinity symbol here, right? The Fool has the infinity symbol, and then the Strength card has the 8, which is its own infinity symbol. It's an interesting nuance of this. So it's almost like the risk, like these are different kinds of risks, right? These are different kinds of risks, risk energy, leaps. But there's something, it's like finding the joy in the leap is really important, right? Allowing yourself to be seen through it, not hiding away while all of this is happening is, I think, going to be really important. And not hiding away just in the sense of like, don't hide yourself or your feelings. Don't feel like you have to, go through it alone. Was it this one? Wild love or with love. Yeah. Like, it's not about going it alone. How do I word this? Like, it's okay to get really excited about shit. It's okay to get really excited about shit. Yeah. But you know this. You know this. And that's where it's like, what is this undeniable truth for you? This undeniable truth that when you hear it, it's like this stuff of goosebumps, right? The stuff that gives you goosebumps, the stuff that just like fires you up and you're like, yeah, like it's like that passion, because passion is also intuitive, right? Because it connects to this part of us, this visceral part of us, this primal part of us that just freaking knows. High Priestess, King of Swords, that just knows. It's like this is the intuitive knowing. This is the intuitive knowing, and then this is the tangible knowing, the 3D manifestation thereof, knowing what to do, analyzing the situation, but not without your intuition. And not overanalyzing a situation either. But it's like along the way, like there's some miracle that's coming. Because there's a lot of new here, which is like offerings from spirit, like Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. It's like new stuff on your path. And it's not little stuff either. The stuff from spirit could be an epiphany that inspires you to go here to X, Y, and Z place. It inspires you to go somewhere else. But then what it is that occurs to you there, what happens there, it's like this domino effect, right? This domino effect. I think about my love of the Colorado Avalanche, for example, the hockey team that just won the Stanley Cup. It started almost 30 years ago. Oof. Yes, I do consider how much fiber I'm getting, and I moisturize my face daily. Thank you very much. But so about 30 years ago, it started with a $2 hockey card pack. My dad took my brother and I to a hockey card store, and we got this package of hockey cards, and mine was the Quebec Nordiques, and Joe Sakic was the first card that I ever got. That was when they were the Quebec Nordiques. That little thing, that was my favorite team, and he became my favorite player. Now he's the GM of the team that just won the cup. So it's like this snowball, right? I mean, he had his own journey, yes, but like it's this snowball of like the most unassuming thing can become something so much more. And it's not to say like look out for the nuances, but it's respect the places that your intuition tells you to go, right? Respect the intuitive hits that you get, because that is such deep wisdom. That is such deep wisdom. That is deep wisdom. That is deep wisdom from the heart, for sure. I feel like this is confirming a lot of things for me. In terms of, I feel like this, I don't know if this is, the Ace of Cups to me is about relationship. The world is like beginning and ending, and the Ten of Cups and the High Priestess tell me that this could be relationship related. Given the amount of new, it's something that's going to be grounded, but I feel like you're making a decision from a place that is, and this could be a renewal energy too with Judgment, right? Renewal. If you're in a relationship already, it could be renewal energy. But I feel like wherever you're at with this, wherever you're at inside your heart, there's some truth that is, it's like the undeniable truth of your heart this week. I can't make this up. Oh my God. Oh, okay. So there's like, are you kidding me? So I feel like this has a lot to do with relationship. There's a lot that you're processing, the Hanged Man, right? There's a lot that you're processing. But I think it's like you've begun to understand the role of your intuition, your High Priestess in this, because you're not just trying to analyze how does it feel, what does it feel like, and all of these things. Like, you're not using logic, you're using emotion and logic, but this is the thing that you weren't tapping into before. This is what you weren't tapping into. And I feel like this opens up more than you might realize, because I feel like this was almost like the missing key to this Ten of Pentacles. It's the missing key to joy. The strength card, joy, fifth house. Fifth house tends to be more like, well, it's the major arcanas are not non-committal. Let's be real here. But it's more like the fifth house, like, fun, creativity, sex, joy, that kind of like, what seem like fleeting pleasures. But there's something about this where it's like you were either too much in the King of Swords or too much in the King of Cups, and you weren't in either enough. And they both come together in this High Priestess energy. So it's not just about like follow your intuition. It's like, what do you think about when you daydream about relationships, or when you think about your relationship? Where does your heart go? How does it feel? What are the memories that you think of? What are the things that you repeat in your mind, right? And then you think about, well, what kind of person would fit in those moments? And that is how you kind of build and sort of build outwards on somebody who would be a good fit for you. That's how you build on compatibility, right? Yeah. And it's almost like there's been some hesitation. I think like tens are here, in the not so great capacities, like the 10 of Wands and the 10 of Swords. The frustration and pain, you have to understand, was not without purpose. 1, 2, there's wisdom that you got from it, but it's like it's almost made you micromanagey when it comes to manifestations. And trust me, I get it. In terms of relationship, because it kind of came flying out there, you could be dealing with someone who has prominent 11th house placements, could be strong Leo placements, or they could be an air sign or a water sign, maybe both. I'm hearing complementary. Okay, so on the Chariot, we had the Ace of Swords and the Magician come out. The Wheel, no shit. And the Empress. Oh my god, okay. I feel like, can we just talk about this, Daily Creatives? You have so many major arcana here. Me putting my glasses down, I just needed to not see this for a second because I'm so excited, but I feel like there's a way that I'm like, are you kidding me? Yeah. You have more power than you know. You have more power than you know. And I may need to rewatch this and like take my own advice with some shit. Like, that's how powerful this is. Oh my God. But it's just like, do you know how powerful you are right now? What energy are you expanding on? Are you expanding on the Magician, or are you expanding on this? Like, I'm almost getting this is not the Empress in reverse, but like the place that you've been is the Emperor or Empress in reverse. Emperor in reverse. Interesting. So you've been showing up in this energy in reverse. It's writing itself, but it's like you need to understand that where you've been does not get to dictate the terms of where you are going to go. Where you've been does not get to dictate the terms of how you are going to call things into your life. That's what this wheel is here for. I feel like we have all of the signs here. If we're looking at signs, like we've got Cancer, Pisces, we have Taurus, we have Gemini in the Magician, we have Judgment, which is Pluto energy. We have, which I think about, when I think about Pluto, I think about Scorpio. The death card isn't here. Let me just no, okay. I was like, this would be hilarious and very fitting. That was the 8 of Cups, but so I think of Pluto as some Scorpio energy because of the transformative aspect of it. So I'm going to say Scorpio. People can at me in the comments if you want, but it's fine. So there's Scorpio here. We also have Virgo. We also have Saturn, which could be Capricorn and 10th house related. We have more moon energy, 11th house in Uranian, 5th house Leo. Yeah. Damn. And the Empress is Venus. Like this, it's like, I don't read for relationship, but I can't unread the relationship from this shit. Like, so if you're in a relationship, I feel like this is a really rich time for you. It's like the ways that relationships support your life, the ways that relationships support what it is that you want to do in the world, the stability that comes from that, not because of relationship. You don't go into relationship to be like, I'm looking to do all of these things with my life and I would like a relationship to make it stable. No. No. But it's like they can impact so much. So it's like whatever it is that you want to do, that you're seeking to do. And I just realized there is Scorpio here on the world. Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, and Scorpio. Yeah, so I think it's not all the signs, but it's pretty damn close. Um, Relationships are such a huge foundation for our life. We think about destiny as like things happening that's just fate, like, oh, that was such good luck. And it is good luck, right? It is good luck. But it's also this aspect of like what you focus on expands. So are you focusing on the Venus of things? Are you focusing on the Venus of things? Or are you focusing on the difficulty of things, the challenge of things, the Ten of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Two of Swords of things, right? The things that are really tough and challenging, that get in the way of our own the articulation of what's most important to us. The pentacle here is what's most important to you, but this is also the truth that inspires you, right? Like, what is it that is going to inspire action, right? If you yeah, what is it that's going to inspire action? Okay, wow, that's slippery. What is it that's going to do that for you? I'm hearing this song. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I have talked about this before. I like to listen to secular Christian music because it just comforts me, and I like it because it's inspiring. And what just came to mind was a song by it's the band Reliant K, and it is the song Sadie Hawkins Dance. That is hilarious. Anyway, so I'm gonna pull from the Life Loves You deck. We'll get some affirmations to kind of integrate all of this beautiful energy. This is so loving. Like, even if this could even be just friendships coming in. This could be friendships coming in that are going to really nourish you. And all of the same things about relationship apply, but in different ways. Like, they apply platonically. I used to joke with a couple friends that they were my hetero life mates. So, like that energy, right? Like that this is, I can do it. Trust. Yeah. Um, in times of trouble, remember this. Who you think you are cannot handle this challenge, but who you really are can and will. And it's almost like this is like, I mean, Taurus, the Hierophant is also commitment energy, given everything else here. But it's like this, it's like, I'll read that back part to you again. Who you think you are cannot handle this challenge, but who you really are can and will. Yep. Spirit, what message do you have for my creative collective for this daily creative message? I express my love. Oh my gosh. For real, with all of this here. Be a friend to someone today. Help them to see by your actions that life loves them. So both messages, romance, but also being friends, right? I try to read for multiples so that it's not, this has like many applicability or much applicability. Spirit, what messages do you have for my creative collective, please? When in doubt, I play it out. It's talking about letting it go and letting it roll, and possibly also like, role playing some outcomes and things like that. But and then on the postcard, so on the back here, it says celebrate life. Okay, so dear you, there are times in life when taking a risk is better left for another day. Other times are perfect for taking that leap, no matter how dangerous it might seem. Well, hold on to your parachute strings, for today is leap time. Oh my God. Okay. Realize that no matter what, we will not let you fall, drown, get lost, or hurt yourself in any way on this one. Even if it may feel like you're in free fall, we are here for you, and you can stop freaking out about getting hurt and relax into this transition to something new. All the elements are in place, and your soul is ready for a new experience. No matter what you're asking about, it's time to take the risk and do that thing that scares you. No matter what happens, you will land softly, right on target. Don't worry about the outcome. Spirit's got that covered. It's taking the leap itself that's the point. We love your courage. Embrace it. I cannot make this up. Like, wow. So if you're feeling like you cannot make a wrong choice. I feel that so strongly. So just have faith in that. Have faith in yourself. It's Wednesday. How is this Wednesday? It feels like we just went into like time literally bent, twisted around, and we're like being shot out of the other side of it and being like, oh yeah, it's still Wednesday. Cool. Wow. Big decision week, but you got this. You got this. Don't be afraid to take leaps. Take smart ones. Take ones that honor you. But damn, take them. So that is your message for today. I hope that it resonated. If it did, please like and subscribe. I'd love to have you on the channel. There are other ways you can connect with me as well, so do check that out. But if this is where we part, my darlings, I hope that wherever this finds you, 4444 on the time, wherever this finds you on the time space continuum, morning, afternoon, or night, I hope it finds you very well. Take care and have a great day.